Welcome, dear learners, to a fun and meaningful opportunities for guided and independent learning in creative writing. I am teacher Victoria Marie, and together, let us discover the beauty of creative writing. The learning competency for this lesson includes the use of imagery, diction, figures of speech, and specific experiences to evoke meaningful responses from readers. At the end of the lesson, you will understand imagery and its types and produce short paragraphs or vignettes using imagery, diction, and figures of speech. Okay, so let's start lesson 2. Lesson 2 is about imagery and its types. What is imagery? It is defined as a writer or speaker's use of words or figures of speech to create a vivid mental picture or physical sensation. Many good examples of imagery and figurative language can be found in Sinners in the Hands of an Angry God, a sermon delivered by the Puritan minister Jonathan Edwards. Let's take a look at this example in which Edwards creates a powerful image when he said, "We find it easy to tread on and crush a worm that we see crawling on the earth. So, it is easy for God when He pleases to cast His enemies down to hell." The image Edwards creates here is the vivid mental picture of someone crushing a worm. Edward is also using figurative language because he compares the ease with which God can cast his enemies down to hell with the ease of our crushing a worm beneath our feet. The point he is making that human beings are as small and powerless in the eyes of God as worms are to us. Just as a worm is at our mercies for its existence, so we are at God's for our existence. The most important reason to analyze a writer's usage of imagery and figurative is to recognize how it contributes to the point he is trying to make or the effect he is attempting to create. Although the word imagery most often brings to mind mental images, imagery is not always visual. It can appeal to any of the five senses. Here is a list of some types of imagery that appeal to different senses. We have the auditory, the gustatory, the olfactory, tactile, and the visual. Let us discuss this one by one. We have the auditory. It appeals to the sense of hearing. Let's look at this example. Silence was broken by the peal of piano keys as Shannon began practicing her concerto. Here, the auditory imagery is breaks silence with the beautiful sound of piano. So we use our ears in hearing that beautiful sound of piano. The next one is the gustatory. It appeals to the sense of taste. Let's take a look at this example. The candy melted in her mouth and swirls of bittersweet chocolate and slightly sweet but salty caramel blended together on her tongue. Thanks to an in-depth description of the candy's various flavors. What are those flavors? We have swirls of bittersweet chocolate, slightly sweet and salty caramel. Because of this, the reader can almost experience the deliciousness directly. The next one is the olfactory. It appeals to the sense of smell. Let's have this example. She smelled the scent of sweet hibiscus wafting through the air, its tropical smell a reminder that she was on vacation in a beautiful place. The scent of hibiscus here helps describe a scene which is relaxing, warm, and welcoming. The next one is the tactile. It appeals to the sense of touch. For example, after the long run, he collapsed in the grass with tired and burning muscles. The grass tickled his skin and sweat cooled on his brow. In this example, imagery is used to describe the feeling of strained muscles, grass tickle, and sweat cooling on skin. Let's take a look at this example, imagery examples, and then let us see the difference of the sentences with imagery and without imagery. Without imagery, I was afraid. But if we put imagery, it becomes, the fear came over me like a dark cloud. More examples. Without imagery, my clothes were ruined. With imagery, the dark green paint crept like snake slowly down my leg and ruined my brand new blue jeans. Can you see now the importance of imagery? Imagine reading a text with just typical wording. Wouldn't it be boring? But if you add imagery to your writings, your reader's imagination will be tickled, and without a doubt, they will surely love your masterpiece. For more examples and activities, please refer to your module. And to sum up our lesson, please take note of the following. Imagery can be defined as a writer or speaker's use of words or figures of speech to create a vivid mental picture or physical sensation. We also have the different types of imagery. First one is the auditory imagery, which appeals to the sense of hearing. Gustatory imagery appeals to the sense of taste. Olfactory imagery appeals to the sense of smell. Tactile imagery appeals to the sense of touch. And the last one, the visual imagery, is created with pictures. Many visual images are pictures of things representing well-known sayings or phrases. Okay, so that's all for now. You may refer to your module for further explanation of the lesson and for the activity. Thank you and have a great day.